Hey guys, it's the Tominator, and I don't talk about the 212 division too often anymore because, frankly, I think it's dying in the wake of the increasingly popular classic physique. Plus, with Flex Lewis moving on to bigger and hopefully better things, I'm honestly not too impressed with the remaining talent pool. But there is one name who can hopefully redeem it and continue to carry the 212 torch in the coming years: Derek Lunsford. He is the obvious heir to the throne now that Flex is gone, especially considering he finished runner-up to him last year in 2018. So if Lunsford doesn't manage to win it all in 2019, I'd honestly be a bit shocked. I mean, unless somebody manages to smuggle Hattie over the border, who else is realistically going to challenge this guy? Nobody in 212 has the enviable structure and completeness of Lunsford. He's almost like a younger version of Flex Lewis, but with a wider frame. And his conditioning is looking scary good already. Not sure if you guys saw this, but these pics were from a guest posing he did 6 weeks out, and he's already got striated glutes and a trim, contest-ready midsection. I'm calling it now, but his conditioning here with 6 weeks to go is going to be better than many of his competitors on the day of the show. But just look at the total body development. There isn't a weak link to be seen. The arms are large and full, and even the forearms are well proportioned. The chest and shoulders are big and wide. The back is thick and detailed. The V-taper is evident. The quads, glutes, and calves are all there. The dude can even hit a vacuum, which is a breath of fresh air in a predominantly stocky and blocky 212 field. And his back double biceps reminds me a lot of Big Rami's, which should be seen as a compliment because Rami's back double is severely underrated. And while Rami definitely has the bigger shoulders and buys, Derek looks to have the edge in the glutes and lower lat thickness. And this comparison isn't meant to be ideal or even fair necessarily. The angle's slightly off for Rami and Lunsford's has better lighting, but the point was simply to illustrate how similar they look in it. With all that said, the only person I can see giving him some trouble come September is potentially Kamal Algarni, the 2018 Arnold Classic champ, who brings the same sort of ripped-to-the-bone 90s style conditioning that Hattie Chupan does. Truth be told, I actually thought Algarni deserved second place last year just based on conditioning alone. Don't get me wrong, Lunsford was peeled too and has better flow and proportions than Algarni, but he also looked flat as hell, especially through the arms and legs, compared to what we just saw. And that's my biggest concern for this young bodybuilder heading into the 2019 Olympia. He's almost looking too conditioned at 6 weeks out. This honestly would be looking perfectly acceptable for 3 or 4 or even just 2 weeks out, I think. So I'm kind of worried that he's going to overdo it and get too depleted and lose all of that awe-inspiring fullness. Standing at about 5'6", which is actually the tall end of the spectrum when we're talking about 212, and with his broader structure, I'm not even sure he can physically make weight without sacrificing a lot of muscle volume. And that would be a shame because these pictures we see here absolutely scream future champ. He really just needs to maintain what he has and hone it in maybe another 10 or 20%, just thin out that skin a bit more, deepen the cuts in the quads and hamstrings, lose any remaining water through the back, and of course tan and oil up, and boom, the title is his for the taking. So what do you guys think? With no Flex Lewis and once again no Hattie Chupan in the lineup, I simply can't see there being too much competition for the young Derek Lunsford this year, which is why I consider him the heavy favorite to be crowned the next 212 champ. Admittedly, I don't follow this division as closely as the Open, so maybe I'm overlooking somebody, perhaps an Eduardo Correa or an Ahmed Ashkanani. Let me know if that's the case in the comments below. But thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more previews and predictions as we head into the 2019 Mr. Olympia, and until then, I'm the Tominator signing off, and I'll be back!